Hey, beautiful people on this beautiful sunny morning. I love days like this. Anyway, I just want to come to you with a quick word that God has just downloaded into my spirit. And that word pertains to my last couple videos that I've done. Some of you may have seen them, where I'm talking about some of us are walking into our receiving and harvest season. It is that time for us to reap the harvest of the seed that we have been sowing in the ground for the past year. But he just told me that there are people who have questions. There are people who are like, I wish God was doing that for me. I wish God was sowing into my life that way or blessing me that way. And I'm here to tell you, he can do the exact same thing for you. God is not a respecter of persons. What he does for one, he will do for the other. So he told me to do this video and just give a little bit of instruction. How do you get to your receiving and harvest season? So there are two main things that you do to get to your harvest season. The first one has to do with the literal idea of a harvest. When you harvest something, it's because you've put some type of seed in the ground. So the first thing you need to do is put your seed in the ground. Now you might be asking, what do you mean seed? What is that? Seed in this case can be a couple things. So the first thing that I would always consider, because God calls us to do it first anyway, is your tithe and your offering. Your tithe is the 10% of whatever your wealth is, and your offering is anything that you're giving above your tithe. He's telling me right now I need to do a whole separate video on tithing and offering, but I'm just going to leave it at that for now. That is part of your seed, your tithe and your offering. The other part of your seed really is actions. What are you doing? So for me, part of my seed has actually been these videos. I am sowing the knowledge of God into other believers' lives. It could also be simply smiling at somebody in the grocery store who looks down. It can be giving somebody a compliment just because, you like their jacket or their shirt. Sowing kind words or actions into somebody's life is a seed. And also sowing into your relationship with God. So are you really taking time to read your Bible every single day? Are you really taking time to study his word so that you can know and understand his heart? That stuff's all seed. The other part of it is having faith. And just to touch on the tithing offering again, I'm just going to put it this way. There's not one time that I've sowed my tithe and offering, even when my money did look a little tight, that God has not provided exceedingly and abundantly more than I could ever ask or imagine. It takes faith to sow your tithe and your offering. But it also just takes the faith to believe that God is going to protect, provide, and take care of you. And faith to say, if I do all these things, that the return will be 100-fold in my life. Faith and seed, faith and seed, faith and seed equals harvest season. If you're interested in building and learning more about your relationship with God, check out my YouTube in my bio.